Shalom. I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Kakudash, double honors to the elders, apostles, Jim of Great Millstone, and a sincere shalom to the elect. Alright, I'm coming at you with another video. Alright, and as the title says, United Airlines no longer accepts credit or debit cards on board. Alright, now why is this important? Well, because this is all leading up, Esau is prepping the people to start getting ready for the MOTB, all right, for Revelations 13 verse 16, all right. The white man's preparing the masses of the people, all right, to start forgetting plastic as well, besides cash, because cash is pretty much done away with. Nobody uses cash anymore. Everybody uses credit cards or Apple Pay, you know, or their phone or Android Pay, all right. But the first I guess you would say major airline to not accept credit cards or debit cards anymore is United Airlines. All right, now let's read the article. It says, like many people, I've been flying again after taking a pandemic-induced break for much of 2020 and 2021. I recently flew on United Airlines and was shocked to learn that they no longer accept credit or debit cards on board. They don't take cash either, but that's not particularly surprising. Germs concerns and other considerations such as spread conveniences, loss, theft, and even a national coin shortage have many businesses pushing their customers to use cards and mobile payments. You know, that's a lie, all right? All because of the convenience of viruses and germs since this whole, pandemic started, Most major stadiums, for example, have gone cashless. And this is the whole agenda. All right, of everything that's going on, is to bring in the new system, to collapse the current system and bring in this fourth industrial revolution, which is everything goes digital. Because it's easier to enslave you and control you, all right, if everything is in digital, all right. But United is taking the concept to the next level by refusing to accept cards or mobile payments for onboard purchases such as drinks and snacks. So they're doing away with physical things. The last physical thing they're going to do away with is your credit, debit cards, as you can see, and your phone payments. Because guess what? They're not going to accept phone payments either. All right? That's the last step. All right? The only way to buy these items on most United flights is to preload a credit or debit card into your account. There's also a trial program involving PayPal QR code on select United flights. Okay? And this is leading up to the MOTB, to Revelations 13 verse 16. All right? Because they're doing away with everything that's physical. All right? Including your phone. Your phone is the next thing they're going to get rid of. You say, oh, you can't pay with your phone now. So the only way to buy, and sell is to take that MOTB. All right? Which is Revelations 13 verse 16. When I checked in for my flight online, I noticed a disclaimer about this policy which encouraged me to preload a card, but the issue didn't fully register with me until I saw a customer turn down on my flight from Newark to Phoenix because she hadn't loaded a card in advance. In fact, I didn't see anyone buy anything as the flight attendants made their way down the aisles. I suspect the preloading policy served as a deterrent. What other airlines are doing? Okay. My return flight was on American Airlines, and they didn't have anything available for purchase whatsoever, card or no card. Unlike many of its rivals, American hasn't resumed alcoholic beverages sales or paid snacks meal services on domestic main cabin flights. I have taken a few JetBlue flights lately, and their in-flight services and payment methods were, as I remembered them pre-pandemic. During a March flight, my family bought a couple of snack boxes and we paid with a credit card, which the flight attendant inserted into a handheld reader. Delta Airlines stopped accepting cash on its North American flights way back in 2009 and began accepting contactless payments last year. It's still possible, however, to pay without physical credit or debit card if you choose. All right, here we go. Who uses cash anyway? Yeah, practically nobody uses cash anymore. You know, I only use cash if I have to, fill up my tank or certain restaurants. Really, you know, I use most of my purchases on debit or credit cards. You know, but because you can lose your cash. But we know what they're doing with this, okay? Because a lot of people don't use cash anymore. You know, about 5% of Americans are unbanked, according to the FDIC, but this likely isn't a population that takes many flights. Are unbanked, meaning they don't have any banks, which is why, when they bring out this MOTB, all right, the central bank, all right, which is the Fed, all right, they're gonna be the people's bank. Whether you have a bank or don't have a bank, because part of this new world agenda, all right, there's not gonna be no more commercial banks anymore. All right, your commercial banks being Chase, TD, Wells Fargo's, etc. Because why? Their plan is to do away with those banks and have everything controlled by the central bank. You want to go get a loan, you go to the central bank. All right, so on and so forth. There's not going to be no more credit cards either. All right, everything's going to be a one world currency. All right, or the U.S. digital currency. All right, for here in America. All right, and wherever. All right. And their plan, all right, as it is, is to put all your records, all your digital information, all right, into a tiny, what, all right, inserted either in your right hand or your left hand or in your brain, all right, which is what Elon Musk and a company named Synchron is doing right now at this moment, all right, and they even said it in just this past at the Davos meeting, or the World Economic Forum meeting, all right, which was this month already. They spoke about the MOTB, but it flew over people's heads, all right. But anyways, going back, it's also very unusual to buy an airline ticket with cash. If you don't have a credit or debit card, you probably already had to develop a workaround to buy your ticket. One popular alternative is to load cash onto a prepaid debit card. In fact, I saw a reverse ATM in Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport that does exactly that. Although the $6 transaction fee would sting. Still, most Americans have at least one credit or debit card, and most all of them should have access to a contactless payment method that's often viewed as less germy and could involve tapping the card itself or using it via a mobile payment service like Apple Pay or Google Pay. You see, they're programming. The white man, Esau Edom, is gradually and fastly prepping the people to accept contactless. Everything is contactless. You don't even have to touch a credit or debit card anymore, because that's germy, and your phone is germy. All right. So if we insert this, into you, okay, guess what? It's not germy no more. But that's a trap. Okay. All right. It says some people like the privacy and anonymity of cash. And many older Americans still prefer cash for these reasons and others, such as habit. That's true. Because cash at least has some type of privacy. All right. Which the government, can't have their hands on it. All right. They're not getting a cut of it. All right. Off these private transactions. All right. Which is why they want to have the MOTB. All right. Which the government is going to be able to see all transactions. They're going to get a piece of it. All right. And that's the devil, the so-called white man. All right. As it is written in the book of Obadiah. As a matter of fact, let me get it out. All right. This man can never have enough. All right. I'm sorry, Salaki. What was it? My mind. Yeah. Obadiah 1 and 5. If thieves come to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some grapes? All right. Yeah, man. And that's this devil, man. All right. He wants everything to himself, man. Okay. This guy is not gonna stop stealing until, you know, he's never satisfied, man. He wants everything for himself. Okay. And that's the so-called white man. All right. Esau Edom. All right. He wants everything, man. No more private. No more privacy. He doesn't give a fuck about your privacy. And he never did anyways. All right. That was a stunt, a temporary moment, all right, or whatever, you know, a temporary a hold, all right, a temporary however you want to say it, all right, the act of being private, the you know the damn, what's the word in my head? The convenience of privacy is going to be done away with, okay? That was just a temporary thing. And many older Americans still prefer cash for these. All right, I read that. But cash made up just 90% of transactions measured by the Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco, latest diary of consumer payment choice. And that is a very low percentage. It just keeps declining more and more. Okay? I don't know if this is the same article. Let me see. Yeah. All right, it continues. All right, but I'll finish it. All right, it says United prohibition on cash and cards is unusual. United decision to forego not only cash payments but also physical credit and debit cards still shocks me. Yeah. And that goes into what? All right, the devil the devil knoweth, but he have but a short time, so he's speeding things quick up even faster now. Hey, the UN, the United Nations, and Carl Schwab's the head of the World Economic Forum, they signed, all right, a bill, all right, to speed up the process of Agenda 2030, all right, which is start making everything go cashless, all right. It actually dates back to March 2020, but I didn't notice since I didn't fly United for a while. I think they should at least accept contactless payments. Touching cards or cash for that matter seems like a minor concern anyway. The principal mode by which people are infected with SARS, alright, I gotta be careful what I say. The virus that causes the C19 is through exposure to respiratory droplets carrying infectious viruses. We all know that's bullshit. All right, all this shit that's going on. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, it is possible for people to be infected through contact with contaminated surfaces or objects, fomites, but the risk is generally considered to be low. It strikes me as a hypocritical since United and other airlines are consistently routing the safety of the air on their plane. As their website states, the latest research is showing that the aircraft cabins are among the safest of public indoor environments. A recent study conducted by the U.S. Department of Defense. You know, and this is what Esau does, man. To put make people scared, man. Oh, the boogeyman. The boogeyman is gonna get you. And you people are so stupid, you fall for it, man. It shows you Americans are the most stupidest people on the planet Earth. They believe anything their government tells them. Supports the conclusion that the risk of C19 exposures on board on our planes is almost zero thanks to advanced air infiltration systems, required mask wearing, and diligent cleansing protocols. Note that the mask mandate is no longer in effect. Basically, the CDC says that C19 mainly spreads through the air, yet United says that air is safe, but don't you dare try to pay with a physical card or cash because saving payment method in advance makes your trip safer and more enjoyable. Pretty squashy logic if you ask me. All right. Yeah, and it's stupid, man. All right. They say all this shit, you can get it from the air, but they do all this dumb shit, man. Hey, if you're going to get sick from something, you're going to get fucking sick. All right. The Lord says he maketh sick and he healeth, man. You people are stupid, man. It's also interesting because the airline industry is filled with copycats, yet at the moment airlines have very different approaches to onboard refreshments, and payments. I have to think United is losing a lot of revenue by making it difficult for passengers to buy food and drinks during flights. And American must be taking an even bigger hit by not even offering items for sale on many flights. The bottom line, this is another example of how the new normal, all right, and this is what they call it, the new normal, isn't what you expected pre-C-19. Summer travel is expected to surge this year, although it will look different in many respects. I noticed some of these changes during my recent trip, including a host of closed airport restaurants and other with limited menus and staff. I experienced two of them, longest security lines in my traveling history in Newark and Orlando, yet breezed through the checkpoint in Phoenix. American Express popularized the slogan, "Don't leave home without it." If you're flying on United, don't leave home without it. Saving a credit or debit card number to your account. All right. This is the book of. All right. I'm gonna close out with two scriptures. Okay. Where is it? Oh, it's plain try. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come. It will not tarry. And this is what it means. Okay? Book of Revelations 13, verse 16. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell. All right? And that's what happened here. All right? A prelude. All right? As this customer, all right, went on the United Airlines and he couldn't buy anything with credit card or debit card because United no longer accepts that. All right, you have to preload your account information, your banking information on your United Airlines account in order to buy. Okay, that's a prelude, a prelude. All right, to what's coming. That no man might buy or sell, say he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. All right, and that mark, all right, is that tiny little digital O. All right, digital. I'm not gonna say that's inserted in your right hand or on your forehead or in your brain. All right, and you can't buy with it. All right, and that mark belongs to the so-called. It belongs to Esau, Edom. All right. Okay. Which is the opposite color of black, all right? I'm not going to say too much because then they're going to take my video down, all right, for false information, all right? But, you know, this is a prelude to what's coming, okay? But with that, I love to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Kakudash, double honors to the apostles of GMS of Great Millstone, salutations and shalom and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.